Okay, let's, now we finished the translation, or the pronunciation of the portion of 1 John 2. Let's just briefly look at the declensions. The declensions in the Greek. We have, need to probably make this a little higher. I did that a while ago by putting this here before we went to lunch. Okay. Let me get this over here, a little higher. That's pretty good. Now let me do one other thing to get this put up. How's that? Okay? Now, second declension masculine nouns, os, u, o, an, e. You'll notice it has a predominance of an omicron, lengthened some to omega or omicron upsilon, the predominance of omicron. It does have in the vocative the epsilon, but os, u, o, an, e, oi, on, ois, us, oi. So the singular, plural, nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and vocative. So that's the second declension masculine noun. You need to memorize that. I really just strongly encourage you as you work on Greek. You may not be able to do it some places, but at home and other places, it's very important to say these things out loud. You need to hear it with your ears, see it with your eyes, write it with your hands. I always just didn't say these. When I learned Greek, I sat down with a piece of paper every day and wrote out everything I remembered to that day. At the end of the year, I was writing out pages and pages and pages of things out of my mind. Because I went through and I want to recall everything I've learned as far as all the forms and all the words. And if you'll do that consistently as you study each week, it will gradually all sink in and you'll have it down pat. I mean, I knew I had it down. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't have a 99 average. Make a mistake on occasion, but if you really work on it this way, you'll do well. You just got to. I would take out my pen, and I wouldn't just simply say os, u, o, an, e. I would do os, u, o, an, e. Oi, on, ois, us, oi. Second declension masculine nouns. You know, I write that down, and I do the next one. Just keep going through it in my mind. Okay? That's how you learn it. Language repetition. Second declension neuter, similar in some respects to the masculine, particularly in the genitive and dative. But it is on, u, o, an. It is a neuter now, and a, on, ois, a. So they're identical in the genitive and dative, but not in the other. Now let's do some sentences together here, and we'll go through sentence number 1. Graphe, anthropos, logos, zoes, adophe. And see, who will do that? I guess Adam. Is that the one? No, you did number 2. Who did number 1 last time? Did I do that myself?
We
I guess I did.
Together, yeah.
Okay, anthropos is a subject, man. You need to do a parsing on these things. In other words, if I were doing this at home, I would do it this way. Where's my little markers? I used to have a bunch of markers. Where they went?
There's one right there.
My multicolored markers I used to have. They used to be right over here.
I didn't see them today. Oh, there they are.
You see them? Oh, good. Thank you.
I took them.
Thank you very much. Let me show you again how I would do this. I'm not going to do this every time because it becomes redundant. But in the beginning, I don't mind showing you because you just need to follow the process. I would look at this. I'd say, okay, what's my verb, first of all? You always go to the verb first. What's your verb? I say graphe is the verb. Now I would look at it and I say, okay, now I know a verb is made up of stem and other components. Later you'll find the verb is made up of stem and maybe an augment, maybe not. That's the beginning of the word. Or it's made up of a stem and a tense suffix that tells me it's something like an aorist or a future or whatever. But I know it's always made up of a stem and an ending. So I look for the ending. What I do? I make the mark right here. That's the ending, A. So I would parse it. I would say, okay, this is a present. This is an active. This is an indicative, and right now it's going to be indicative for a long time because you don't learn the optative and subjunctive imperative till toward the end of the book. And active is going to be not very much longer. You're going to see no passive soon. Present, you'll start having other tenses, but right now it's present active indicative. It's a third person singular. The word it's from is grapho. And I know grapho means to write. So every one of these, I should write it out before I start working on translation. Now see, I don't do that anymore. In my mind, I see it. You know, when I read earlier, I mean, I just see it and I know how it translates. But at the beginning, before you learn the language very well, you just need to say, okay, I need to get all the information out there first. Now, based on that, what do I know? If it's a present, I know it's going to be am or are, right? I am, you are, he, she, or it is. It's a present. I know it's going to be a continuous action. Who was asking me? Stacy, were you asking me? You know, why do you do it sometimes I am writing or against I write? Well, see, I write is accurate. And this one is graphe, he writes, or she writes, or it writes. Probably it doesn't matter. But that's accurate, but it doesn't convey the full sense of what tense means in Greek, which is kind of action, not merely time of action. Remember? So it's the ongoing action. That's the normal sense of meaning. That's why I'm saying he is writing instead of just he writes. He writes is more of a simple statement. He is writing indicates an ongoing action. Indicative tells me it's viewed as real action, not potential. Active means the subject is acting through the verb, not being acted upon. And now it means to write. So I know it's going to be, he is writing. I know it's going to be that. Now the question is, in a third person singular, unlike a first and second. Remember, first person singular and plural, second person singular and plural will never have a subject. Because the pronoun itself is a subject. It will never have a noun like like we normally think of like a subject. The subject will be in the verb. Subject is always in the verb, but usually unexpressed because the noun expresses it. And third person. So he, she, or it is writing. It could be a she if I come up here and see it says Alpha or something. But he is writing. I know that much. So I'm going to look at the next word. What is it? It's anthropos. What is it? Well, I'm going to break it off again. There's my stem, anthrop. My ending is os. I know that is from my second declension. I know, well, first of all, I know the word. Anthropos, anthropu, ha. Right? Anthropos, anthropu, ha. Have I emphasized already that you're to learn the vocabulary with your dictionary form, including the genitive case? Verbs, you just need to learn the dictionary form. You don't need to learn all the other. But nouns, you need to learn the dictionary form. It's anthropos, so that tells me something about it. It's a nominative. It's a masculine. It's singular. Right? It's from. Anthropos, anthropu, ha, means man, right? I'd write it out. Now, I haven't done any translation yet. But this is how I analyze a sentence before I ever approach it. Like I say, now I do this in my mind, just instantaneously. But until you learn to do it instantaneously, you do it this way. Logos, again, there you have it. Log is your stem, us is your ending. And I'd write it out, and I'm not going to do these anymore, but I'd write accusative, masculine, singular, plural. Okay, accusative, masculine, plural, logos, from logos, logu, ha, means word. Could be act or deed, actually several things. But word is here, what we have. Zoes, I know that's a genitive. I know it's from zoe, zoes, hey. Genitive here expresses possession or description. I know that. It's either going to be describing something or it's going to be possessing something. Adophe, I know that's a dative, singular. The iota gives it away at the end of the word. Omicron iota subscript, eta iota subscript, alpha iota subscript gives it away as a dative, singular. Adophe tells me it's to or for, showing interest. To or for whom something is done. Now, I look at that sentence, I say, okay, now I got it. There's a subject, because it's Namu. A man is writing the words, or writing words, of life to the lady, the sister. Okay? Anybody have any questions on it? You understand how it works?
So
You do this every time.
when you're writing it out, you put he is writing, but basically the man replaces.
The he, because the he is always there. It's always there. He, sure, it's always in there, because it's always the third person singular.
And you could actually remove the anthropos, and it would still be a sentence.
Yeah, because it would say he is writing words of life to the sister. But since I have an express noun, anthropos, I don't say he, because the noun tells me what the he is. Without the noun, I don't know what it is, it's just he. Does that make sense? Okay, now with that understanding, let's go to the next one. Adam, would you translate number 2 for me?
Filament is present, active, indicative, first person plural. Fellow,
Fellow.
to want or wish, so it's we are wanting.
Okay.
Didaskein is present infinitive to teach.
Present active fitting.
Present active infinitive to teach.
Okay.
Technon is it's from technon, isn't it?
Technon.
Okay.
Technon, tech,
New.
new. Ta,
Ta.
which means it's a neuter.
So the first part there is going to be, we are wanting to teach the children.
Our children. Yeah, you don't need the article necessarily.
Okay. We're wanting to
Teach
teach
children. Okay.
Allah is going to be but.
Although here, the book made a mistake in that it put an alpha. It should have been, and that's what I did. But looking at it here, it tells me because you have an U following it,
Drop the alpha.
it should have dropped the alpha and just have the apostrophe there. So all U thelasy.
So, but not, and then thelasy is present active, indicative, third person plural from thello. So
Means to wish or want, to will.
so they want genoskein.
They're not wanting.
They're not wanting genoskein, present active infinitive, to know. Aletheon is from
So accusative feminine
accusative feminine
singular.
singular from aletheia, truth.
Aletheia, aletheos. Hey, truth. Okay. So we are wishing to teach children, but they are not wishing to know truth. Okay. Sense number 3.
Didaske means, or it comes from didasko. It's present active indicative for to teach.
Third person singular.
Third person singular.
And used to teach.
Namas, namas, namu, ha is, and it's in the, it's in the nominative.
No, say accusative.
It's in the
Accusative masculine plural from namas, namu, ha means law.
right.
So this is laws.
And then theo comes from theos. Theo,
Ha.
ha, which is God, and that's in the genitive form. And then hati, battle because. Ulanos
Uranas.
from ulana.
Uranas, uranu. Ha.
which is heaven,
Mhm.
and then a ke, which is to have, or
That's correct.
it's, third person singular.
This is present active indicative third singular from echo.
And doxon, from doxos,
Doxa, doxase,
doxon.
it's a mixed form. Doxa, doxase, hey.
Which is glory.
And this is accusative, feminine, singular. So it's translated then,
God's law is teaching that heaven is having glory.
that's correct, excellent. And number 4. Okay,
Can we read the sentence first?
correct. You don't have to read it down, just
Okay.
give me the parsing of it here.
Lege is present active indicative, second singular.
O-ace, A. O-ace, A.
Oh, ace A, third.
Okay, present active indicative third singular from,
Lego,
uh-huh,
which is I say.
to say or to speak, yeah, okay.
So, the next is, his brother,
Adelphos, Adelphu, Adelphos, Adelphu, ah,
which is, masculine nominative singular.
that's what this is, okay.
And then ecclesia is, dative singular.
Yeah, dative feminine singular, from ecclesia, ecclesios, hey, church or assembly.
And then